Hi guys, Tracy here coming to you from my favorite new spot, my bathroom. How are you guys? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. The light seems kind of bright, so I'm like glowing. So I don't know what to do. But I'm so happy I'm glowing. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It's always such a good thing to hang with you guys, and I wish I could see you. I mean, that's my greatest wish with this is that I could see you. Wish there was a way I could figure out that I could see all of you. Google Hangout doesn't let us do enough people. It's like 10 or something. So I wish there was a way to do that where we could literally like virtually meet and we could see everyone. But for now, I guess this will have to do. You'll have to put up with my ugly mug. So we'll keep it short and sweet tonight and just a few little things to talk about. And I've seen some of your questions in the event wall, so we'll definitely get to that. But it's a pretty exciting time in the business. And we talked about this in our Omaha meeting a couple nights ago that we had here locally. And it's kind of funny because even though the numbers attendance at our meeting was down just a little bit, it was still a great number of people. And it's funny, this time of year, because I've been in this for over 3 years now, and if you hadn't promoted by July, kind of time frame, maybe August, you could expect to wait until January. Like really the business started to really slow down after, starting the summer, and then by the end of the summer it was pretty slow, and we just kind of sat there and watched everything decline and waited until conference came around at the first of the year. But I am telling you, this company has figured out how to change that. And we had as a team, we had our biggest month ever. And we had growth from so many different legs. It wasn't just one leg, it was all over the place. And that is so, that's a great sign that things are going in the right direction. We have a new product out. Hopefully your wow is on the way. Everybody needs to try get some wow and have that on the way. And be having these wow parties. Have people come over and sample it. You can get at least a couple, 2-3 samples out of a packet. So you don't have to, be getting one per person. But they're very inexpensive to sample with, and I need to do my before and afters because I got mine in the mail yesterday, and I haven't even tried it yet. So definitely, build some excitement about that and get a party going for that. Brand new products, we have a whole nother line of products. You don't even know what it is on November 1st. So we've put some guesses out. I've heard everything from a pre-workout and post-workout to a men's line, to self-tanners and exfoliators and just all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited to see that. But it's so amazing. All these promotions are still going. The Ruby bonus is still here. In years past, there haven't been any bonuses of any kind going right now. So that's another way. And here we go into the holidays. The Christmas packages will be released in November. And if you haven't been around, those things are a smoking deal. Absolutely smoking deal for your current loyal customers and distributors. It's crazy how much they just throw it like the skinny pack and they throw in the thermal bit for free. I mean, it's just some crazy deals. Great way to build your volume and get those current loyals ordering. But they did announce that they were going to be doing something they've never done before with the Christmas packages. So lots of interesting things there. Watch Mark Pentecost and Cam Souter and Mike Patillo. They're dropping clues about the new product and things like that. So see if we can figure it out. That would be fun. But I promise you we'll probably have like a BOGO maybe on Black Friday like they did last year for wraps, and they did it again at the end of the year. So that really boosted volume. So it's actually now it feels like everything's picking up steam, and that is so exciting that we can promote all the way into the end of the year. So that's a first for us, and we really need to take advantage of that. So definitely be seizing the moment, kind of doing a 90-day informal push. We've got 90 days through the end of the year to really push yourself and not just take a step back, let the holidays and everything that goes along with that get you too busy to work your business and then say, oh, I'll pick back up in January. Not a good idea. You need this momentum and all of these seeds that you're planning and building right now to carry you into the beginning of the year. Because if you get to January and have to start again, imagine having to start a car from the standing position. You need the wheels already rolling, and you're doing that right now by reaching out to people, at least 3 people a day, working that hundreds list every single day, adding people to your Facebook friends. And if you're working Instagram, doing that as well. That's a constant, consistent daily effort. If you have 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. If most of you guys work full time or busy mom, so what you have, dedicate to it. Nap times, bed times, break times, lunchtime, whatever you have. If you've got an hour, do it. If you got 15 minutes, make it count. Get your posts done in the night before and all that kind of stuff. So there's ways to do it and to work it into everybody's life, no matter what your schedule is. I really want to reiterate that. So, but pushing through, we're working hard for 90 days. We are not letting off the gas. We are going stronger and making sure that we have everything in line, to keep that momentum going. Waiting for these lines and specials is just an exciting, great time. Best time ever to be a network distributor. So really pushing that, really bonus. So anyway, a few things. Make sure that we'll address your questions. I wanted to go over something that we did at the local team meeting that was a great insight into Facebook and how to really improve those posts, because I hear it all the time. Nobody's liking, nobody's commenting, and there may be a reason for that. So I don't know if some of you caught John Eric Molter's Periscope on Facebook hacks, but they were reviewed at the meeting, and they were amazing. And how to make your Facebook posts more effective, more seen, and even, scientifically more likely to be seen and more relevant in the newsfeed. There's ways that you can do that. One of them is obviously pictures. Pictures increase the relevance of your post. So definitely, if you can, do a picture, a good picture. Facebook likes it when you use emojis. That's a Facebook trick, and they love for you to use their own tools. So that increases your ad's relevance. The icon that you can push or select to say how you feel, feeling motivated, feeling excited, feeling determined, all of those things. That's another thing, another Facebook tool that if you use it, it kind of keeps moving your post up in relevance. And let's see here, what else? So the picture, the emoji, the emoticons. Using the words just, like this just happened. People are like, well, what just happened? I better go take a look at that, And so that kind of thing, or, things that get people's attention, like, what the what? In all caps, or, oh my goodness, I can't believe that just happened. Just something like that to grab people's attention to, to start your post off with. If your post is a little bit longer, make sure that you're putting the meat of your post in the top part. Get your point across quickly, because if we do longer posts, the frequency and likelihood of people clicking the more button, if you've got more text beyond what is just visible as people are scrolling, they're less likely to do that. So make sure you get your meat of your message in on the top part. When you tag someone, this is kind of cool. So when you start to type, don't tag them with the tagging thing. Start to type their name in the body of your post, and their name will pull up, and you highlight it. But here's a Facebook trick that really makes a post look more personal. If you're tagging somebody, you wouldn't say, "Hey Sally," to your best friend, "Hey Sally Smith, I want you to see this thing." You'd say, "Hey Sally, I want you to see this shirt," or something like that. So once you highlight or tag someone, backspace their last name, and it doesn't backspace the whole thing. It just backspaces their last name, so all that's tagged is their first name. It's still them, but it's only highlighting their first name, and it's much more personal. So that's another little trick of the trade to do that. Let's see here. Links, business links. Facebook has gotten very sticky about links from a lot of network marketing companies and businesses in general, and here's why. Yes, some people were spamming with their links. There's no doubt. But the bigger reason behind that is Facebook doesn't like you to leave Facebook. And so when you put a link to another business, they don't want you to do that. Nobody wants you to leave Facebook. And when that link is, they click it, you've left Facebook. So that's part of the reason why they're not allowing those as frequently as they used to, a live business link. Also because, like I said, people are being spammy. But when you put videos in there that cause somebody to leave, those are not shown as relevant. So these are just some tricks of the trade. If you want to show, give someone your website, which I don't recommend. I don't put my website. Sometimes people get all excited that we can't post our links, and it kind of does suck when you're in a message. But just use one of the pick apps that can put your website on a graphic, and then that way you can save that picture and you can send that. But I personally don't put my website out there. I want to be in control of the conversation, and if at all possible, I sign people up myself. I don't let them go do that. So, some people will, but a lot of people are more than willing to let you do that. So anyway, so those are some great Facebook hacks. Let's see. Oh, general questions. Getting people to comment on your posts is a way that you can, you're telling Facebook, they're telling Facebook that you're what they want to see. So ask a general question. What movie, I did this and got a ton of responses. What is one movie that you can watch 100 times and can watch it 100 more times, or something like that, or your favorite song, or best this, or just kind of a poll, or taking a poll kind of thing. Those things get a lot of responses. And what that does is not only does it put your stuff in their feed, it puts their stuff in your feed. That's how Facebook algorithms work. And because you're telling Facebook what you want to see, and they're telling Facebook they want to see your stuff, because obviously they're interested, they commented. Well, here comes your business or your lifestyle or your It Works post, and now they're going to see that. So see that little trick there. Also, you need to be active on other people's pages. You need to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes a day going through your people's stuff. You need to unfollow as many It Works distributors as you can. Yes, with your close friends, downline, upline leaders, inspirational leaders, It Works people, things like that. But any people that are not on your team, that you're not close to, that that you're just acquaintances with on Facebook, unfollow them so that they're not in your feed, and if you're seeing more of your potential friends and whatnot posts. So anyway, yeah, so you need to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day liking, and if at all possible, commenting on people's pictures and posts. What that does is, like I said, it increases relevance, and it puts their stuff in your feed and your stuff in their feed. Everybody likes to have attention on a post. How lame do you feel if you put something out there and nobody likes it and nobody comments? I mean, simple things like, what a cute family, or oh my gosh, that's hilarious, or that looks so fun, what a great picture, you guys look awesome. Just happy high fives to people and feel good stuff, and building that relationship, making people know that you're a thoughtful person. That's a way to be thoughtful, and that's definitely how you build your business through Facebook, is being thoughtful. So, but that's how you need to increase the effectiveness of your posts. So there's one that I saw a good idea that, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe the results. 100 likes unlocks these results, and that way you get 100 likes on your posts, and that's telling Facebook that you're popular and that your stuff needs to be seen. So all of this stuff will really help you increase your efficiency and your effectiveness with utilizing social media, Facebook especially, for your business, because you really, really, really need to be building your business that way. So, okay, how do you motivate your team? That was a question that was put on the wall, and it's a good question. It comes up a lot, and it's always a good question to revisit frequently, because it's the weirdest thing about this business. It's like everybody is so excited and they're on fire when they come into this business. They see that potential, and then they sign up, and then they enter the witness protection program. You never hear from them again, and you're like, why? Why did you sign up if you were just going to waste money like that? But it happens for a variety of reasons, and we're never going to figure that out. So how do you motivate your team? Gosh, the truest answer to this, it is so simple, is that you can't. You cannot motivate your team. Incentives don't really work. Why? Because people who are already working don't need a t-shirt or a prize or anything like that to do it. They're already working the business for themselves. So that's why I really don't do a ton of incentives. Every now and again we'll do something fun to kind of mix it up, but for the most part, we don't do incentives because they don't work. You can't motivate your team. That is the only thing that comes, they've got resources. There anything you want to know and learn how to do for It Works is available, either through your eSuite, through the training, through YouTube videos. I mean, there are so many of those, it's crazy. Through the team pages and Facebook pages. Anything you want to know, you can find. And if you don't know how to find it, then you go to your upline, and they'll point you in the right direction to find those answers to your questions. But motivation has to come from within. You've got to know why someone is doing this business. They need to know for themselves why they're doing it. And I'll be honest, I used to sign anything with a pulse. I would take anybody, everybody. I'm much more selective about who I sign and bring onto my team now because everybody wants to sign a distributor, especially got promotions on the line and you're in early days and you're just hungry to find anybody and everybody to fill those boxes and get that chart filled in. But the truth is that sometimes we sign people that we know would be better off as a loyal customer and that we shouldn't be signing them as a distributor. And you almost need to pre-qualify and interview these people, find out why they want to do the business and what their goal is and what they're willing to put into it, and interview people to come on your team. Your team is special. This is a great team, and you have a great opportunity, and you want to make sure that you're bringing the right people on board, because nothing is more frustrating than to think you're charted for ruby or emerald or diamond and none of them are working because they're not motivated. It's your responsibility when you bring on a new distributor to point them in the right direction, but your life's going to be easier if you do that. But at the same time, I know that when I signed on, I wasn't pointed in any direction. Nobody paid any attention to me. I signed myself up. And from there, I'm like, okay, I know I could figure this out. It's not rocket science, and that's what I did. I searched YouTube. I searched the team pages. I asked questions if I had them, but nobody had to tell me to work. I wanted this business to work. I'm like, okay, if all of these other people are doing it, then I can do this too. There's no reason that there's something magic they're doing that I can't do. And that was in the back of my mind all the time. I can do this if I want to. The key word being I've got to do it. So as much as we want this for someone, as much as we need a certain person to take off, people have to want this for themselves. And so what you do is, what do they say? You run with your runners, you can walk with your walkers, and do not sit with your sitters. Let them sit on the sidelines and just, they miss an opportunity, and you know that. So, with your people that are just kind of working it at their own pace, not everybody wants ambassador level income. That's okay. Let you continue to, encourage and love on them. And sometimes those people decide to turn it on someday down the road, and sometimes they don't. And that's okay. Everybody's in this for a different reason. So make sure that you just love your team through it, but do your thing. You complete your steps of success. When we say lead from the front, that's what that means. Doesn't mean that you're always going to perfectly get your steps of success done every month. I don't always get mine done, and I know most of us don't always get them done. But we're trying, and we're filling in we're bringing on loyals and distributors as best we can. That's our goal. And if you complete it, do it again. But just always, always, always be leading from the front and working your business consistently, adding to your list or adding to your steps of success when you can, making the shout out and getting yourself on the shout out by building your business. You lead from the front, you lead by example, and you show them that it is possible to do this business. So that's the best advice I can give you on that, is that you can't, as badly as you want to, you cannot motivate someone else to work. It's hard enough sometimes to keep yourself motivated to work. So, and that leads into one of our next subjects is what to do when you're in a funk. We all find ourselves in just a downward spiral in our business, and things are not going how we want. And maybe, sometimes it's because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe you have a slow month, it's kind of a bummer, it's not going how you want, your dedication goes down a little bit, you take your foot off the gas, and then sometimes you kind of, the chicken before the egg, which one came first, and you make it worse. The truth is, when those times come and when you're not harvesting like you want to, then you're planting seeds and you're working just as hard, if not harder, than when things are going great and crazy and loyals and distributors are falling from the sky. I have months sometimes where I haven't signed a single soul. And that doesn't mean that I wasn't working. But sometimes I have fallen in the trap before where I was like, oh my gosh, this is hard, and I use the same words you have, and nobody's interested, and I'm never going to sign another person. And then all of a sudden, the work that I've been doing all along harvests in the next month. And so as long as you're doing something every single day to grow your business and dedicate the amount of time that you have to do it, then that's the most important thing. You've got to be doing something every day. If you let off the gas, especially when you're in a slow time, you're just doubling your problem is all you're doing. if you'll push through, if you'll work harder when things are not going how you want them to, I guarantee you're going to like what happens when it finally turns around. That is the nature and the cycle of this business. I've been in long enough to know how this whole thing cycles. So there is a amazing call series done by Mike Patillo, and if you search on the page, you might even find a way to bump it if somebody knows. It's called a Jump the Funk call. It's a series of calls. I think it was 7, and it's a little bit long, but it is so worth it. You will think he is talking to you, that he is telling your story about why your business isn't going the way that you want it to, and how to pull yourself out of that. So if somebody would be so kind to search, and if you have a chance, to Jump the Funk call by Mike Patillo. I think you can actually even Google it or YouTube it or whatnot, but it's a must listen to if you're kind of feeling like the business isn't, cranking the way that you want it to. So another quick question somebody had, because we're going to wrap up here in a minute, is how you would put someone in a public store like a Walmart or something like that without breaking their solicitation rules. There are some places you have to be careful, like Target and the malls. Most shopping malls and so bigger stores don't allow true soliciting. And so I don't feel like striking a conversation up with someone like, a cashier or someone who helped you or whatever is soliciting. If you're just walking around handing out cards, blitz cards, business cards, whatever, that's soliciting, and that actually can get you kicked out of a mall or Walmart or whatever if someone reports that. And you can't just be leaving cards behind at stores like that. That it's completely ineffective. It's a total waste of a blitz card. They're not exactly cheap, and you don't want to do that. That's not an effective way to do that. So what I do is I strike up a conversation with my cashier. I do not walk up to someone in the middle of an aisle to talk to them. Because think about it. Do you want someone to do that to you? When I'm at the store, I'm getting my groceries and I've got my business, and how I draw people to me is I either have a lanyard on or I have a t-shirt on, I've got my green bracelets on, something attached to my purse. That's how I, when I'm going up and down aisles or shopping or whatever, that's how I would bring attention to me. But I don't go up to someone and disturb them. Some people can do that. Again, you're probably breaking the store's policy on that if you're doing that. And we definitely want to make sure we're staying within the rules. And we don't want to make people uncomfortable. And the reason first and foremost, is because I don't want someone doing that to me. So that's why I don't do that to other people. It may work for you, but again, I don't think it's totally in line with the rules. Most of these stores have a no solicitation rule. So I strike up a conversation with my cashier, or someone has noticed something on me that brought up the subject, and that's a great way, even better. But that's why it's so important to wear your gear and be your brand. But yeah, I'll either say you find a way to compliment someone, and so you're having a nice just back and forth with somebody while they're checking you out, and you can say, hey, a few things. You've been so helpful today. Do you care if I give you a coupon? Or, hey, I'm starting a new business. I'm just trying to get the word out. Can I give you a coupon? And then if it's not for you, would you mind passing it along? Things like that. That's what I do. And definitely, if you can, if there's time. I mean, you don't want to impede on their time, but if there's time, find a way to get their contact info. You can hand them their phone. Say, here, type your number in. I'll send you a virtual coupon, or I'll send you my before and afters. Find me on Facebook, something like that, a way to capture their information. Because if you get their info, here's the comparison. If you just give them a card with your contact info on it, there's about a 5% chance of a return on that card, that they're going to call you. If you get their information, that 5% goes to 80%. So that 80% likely chance that you're at least going to have another conversation, a contact with them, or even close them as a customer or distributor. So that's how I approach that. We definitely want to stay within the rules. We want to be respectful of other stores in there, because we don't want people to break our rules, so we shouldn't be breaking their rules as well. You got to have a good trade-off. So anyway, guys, we're winding down here. I appreciate you spending your evening with me, and I'm always happy to answer your questions. Be sure if I missed any of them to put them on the page. But October's off to a great start. Sorry about the reports that I couldn't pull up. I don't know what was wrong with them. But that's why we had a huge daily shout out today. You guys are really killing it. lots of team members and lots of customers adding on, just all over the place. I'm so proud of you guys. I know we're going to have some promotions coming through this month, but definitely just keep cranking every day. Keep working that business every single day. Push hard, and through the end of the year. Your business will thank you when you get to January. So we'll see you guys on the call next week and on the page. Talk to you later.